speak up on Tinubu's certificate scandal, Soyinka told. Yes, now, he don't reach where he go speak up. Say, at his age, that is almost 90 years, he's supporting evil. Okay? Now, everywhere it has gone agog, has gone buzz now, because it's obvious that Tinubu forged that certificate from CSU that is submitted to INEC. And a lot of cases are coming on his neck. 2 cases are coming on his neck now. One is the FBI that will release his dossier from this month. And second is that the woman that has his signature on the certificate he forged to INEC is threatening to sue him in a U.S. court for forgery. Okay? And perjury. So all of that put together show that Tinubu is just beginning to be dragged in the mud. What he has suffered in the past will not be compared to what he's going to suffer coming, in the future. Now, with the Soyinka that was calling obedience headless mob, okay, and trying to speak and support evil, is seeing what is telling to him at his face now, that the more you defend Tinubu, the more you look dirty. Now he has been called to come and speak up on Tinubu's certificate scandal. Let's see the integrity that he has now. Let him come and defend his so-called integrity and his old age now. Okay, now let's dive into the details. The New Africana Center, okay, the New Africana Center has asked the Nobel laureate, Professor Soyinka, to join the controversy trolling President Bola Tinubu's claim of having attended and obtained a certificate from Chicago State University in the United States of America. The public policy think tank said it is uncharacteristic for Soyinka, a sucker for controversies, to look at a sucker for controversies, okay, to look and act disinterestedly over an issue in which he should ordinarily be interested in. This is much more so considering the fact that Soyinka has, through his recent interventions, left nobody in doubt that he is an interested party in the outcome of the 2023 presidential election. It wondered why Wole Soyinka, who has a reputation for insistence on transparency and accountability in public office, is sitting, okay, askance, while the shadiness and duplicity surrounding the background of Bola Tinubu is embarrassing the Nigerian presidency and tearing the polity apart. In a statement by its Director of Public Affairs, Jenkins Udu, the center asked Soyinka to speak up on this national embarrassment, reminding him of his own dictum that the man dies in awe who keeps silent in the face of tyranny. Okay, it argued that nothing can be more tyrannical than imposing falsehood, such as false educational claims on the people, and insisting that they must swallow it hook, line, and sinker. It therefore urged Soyinka to step out of his closet and take a stand on the controversy surrounding Tinubu's status at Chicago State University. We have observed with a major degree of disquiet the embarrassing tales around President Bola Tinubu's claim of attending and obtaining a certificate from Chicago State University in the United States of America. Most curious about this is Tinubu's application to the university and the court that his academic record should not be released. This move by the president is to shield his academic record from the public is suspicious and embarrassing. It leaves us asking whether there is anything he's hiding from the public. The controversy is, to say the least, messy. It is disconcerting that Tinubu has been evading and blocking inquiries into his past record. The opaqueness of his past is one of the grounds on which his election as president is being challenged in court. The legal framework in the United States, on whether to release or not to release Tinubu's academic records is an embarrassment to Nigeria. It is a matter for disgrace that the public records of Nigeria's first citizen is shrouded in secrecy. This is unacceptable. Nigerians want nothing but transparency and openness in governance. We had expected all this while that the Nobel laureate, Professor Soyinka, the apostle of transparency and accountability in public office, would speak up on this. But this is not the case. Instead, he has maintained a studied silence. We are constrained to say that Soyinka's silence on this important national issue is unhealthy. Why has he suddenly lost his voice, especially in the light of the fact that he has been speaking lately about his conviction that Bola Tinubu won the 2023 presidential election? We expect Soyinka to deploy the same alacrity with which he has been defending Tinubu's controversial mandate on his even more controversial educational background, especially as it contests his affiliation with Chicago State University. Soyinka's continued silence on this matter is not only suspicious, it is hypocritical. Background. They don't fire him. So now he has heard what he needed to hear. Soyinka has been an advocate of accountability and transparency in governance before now, only for him to turn back and now sees Tinubu's trailing record showing that he's very, very fraudulent. Even the election, he didn't win it. He was fraudulently declared winner. And Soyinka boldly came out to say that Tinubu won the election, that Peter Obi and his headless mob or called obedient couldn't have won the election. So now it is getting glaring that Tinubu is not just fraudulent, he has a case of perjury, forgery, lying under oath, and everything on his neck that are getting exposed, especially with Chicago State University's release of his academic record now. Tinubu earlier on said that, or persuaded the U.S. court not to allow CSU to release his certificate because it will be detrimental to him, that it will cause him irreparable damage. And after a while, he went back again and said, okay, they can release the certificate, but they should not release his gender and the admission record. So the question is, what is Tinubu trying to hide? Okay, so now that everything has come to the open air, and with the FBI ready to release its dossier this month, 2,500 page document, and again, the lady that owns the signature that Tinubu forged into the diploma certificate from CSU has also threatened to sue Tinubu in the U.S. court for forgery, for forging her signature. All of that coming around now, Soyinka had just suddenly gone oblivion, had just kept quiet, suddenly became speechless. Now they have called him out to come and speak on this matter now. With the same alacrity he used in defending Tinubu's presidency, let him use it to also come now speedily and also speak on this issue of certificate forgery involving Tinubu. Very bad situation for them. Okay, and we have people have started saying some few comments here. Somebody said Nigeria is the highest countries producing abnormal people in the world. Professors that rig elections for illiterates. That is it. Oshibajo is a professor of law and stood behind an illiterate as Buhari president. Now we've gotten what's his name? Shetima, that calls himself a banker, and Wole Soyinka, a professor of literature. Now all of them, and with all the journalists, all the elite defending Tinubu, who now is confirmed the certificate forger. How long are we going to continue like this? How can a tribalist speak out against his tribe's man? What a shame. That is it. Soyinka has just proven to be a tribalist all these years. Aside being ethnic bigot, I don't know they are also master in certificate forgery. First was Kemi Adeosun, now Tinubu forging certificate of international university. Now, wow. So the issue of certificate or not certificate is water at the back if of duck. All we need now is good governance, infrastructure, and well-being of the citizenry. Simple. So yeah, it's good. That is what we need. But the boat that will deliver all of this governance requirement that you're asking for should not be captained by somebody that has integrity issue. That is it. The vehicle that will drive all of this in the society should not be driven by somebody who has history of fraud in his life. That is it. The CDOS confraternity has a lot of initiation activities scheduled for the end of the year, so he may not have time for political statements for now. I am pretty sure that he will jet out to South Africa by mid-January 2023, and from there he will grant interviews to media bodies, okay, where he will tell them that forgery is a good value everyone should imbibe. This he will say in order to defend his kinsman. We will miss real men like Gani Fahimi of blessed memory. That is it. This one tough. So Wole Soyinka need to come and speak now or be silent forever in shame or cover his face in shame. Thank you for listening, and let's have your comment.